Hey, it's some awkward guy. I wanted to make a short video about my NES game collection. Rather than talking about the games themselves, I figured I'd talk about how I got started in video game collecting. My origin story, if you will. When I was younger, my older brother had an NES that I would play with him every so often. I remember waiting for him to get home from school so we could play Super Mario Bros. And my favorite game at the time, Blades of Steel. As you all know well enough, the NES was quite finicky, and one day it seemed as though it just didn't want to work anymore. We would blow air into the games and the system, but no matter what we tried, nothing would make it work. It sat around for a while and collected dust, and one day we just threw it away. But we held on to the games. A little while after getting rid of the Nintendo, I took the games we had to Funkoland to trade them in, and after getting such a low offer, I turned them down. They had too many memories for me to get rid of them. Years went by, and I would play and own other great systems like the Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, and PlayStation 2, but I always missed those original Nintendo games. One day, I was reading on the internet that this new system Nintendo was coming out with would be able to play older video games through some kind of download service. I was very intrigued and excited. I thought to myself, finally, I'll be able to play those games again. That year, the Nintendo Wii was at the top of my Christmas list. And lucky enough, I was one of those kids that got it the same year it came out. I was so excited, and I didn't care about any of the launch titles, or the Wii's innovative motion control. Yeah, Red Steel looked kinda cool, but all I cared about was getting some Wii points. I finally got it all together and joined it to the Wi-Fi, and I realized something. There were hardly any games available on the Wii's Virtual Console, and certainly none that I remembered. Like, where was Duck Hunt? And the Karate Kid? I couldn't stand it anymore. I needed to play these games again. I called every store in my neighborhood that might sell a used video game console, and after getting tons of, "Nah, sorry, we don't carry that," I came across a small collectible store in my area that was selling retro video games. I begged my mom to take me there. When we got there, I asked the guy if he had any Nintendo consoles. He went into the back room and came out with that gray box we all love. It was $50 for the system, 2 controllers, gray zapper, and 1 game. I picked out Friday the 13th. Once I got it home and hooked it up, it brought back so many great memories for me. I spent hours that day playing my old games. My brother even stopped by later that night to play some Super Mario Bros. From then on, I would go to that collectible store every once in a while and buy a game or two. As I got older, and a job and a car, I would go to flea markets and seek out used video game stores. And I've even purchased a few games off of eBay. But I mostly pick up my games from flea markets. When I see a game, I think to myself, would I have wanted this as a kid? Even if it is something as terrible as Rescue the Embassy Mission, I don't care because I don't collect NES games or any retro video game for anything else other than the nostalgia and the memories that go along with it. I'd like to thank you for watching, and please be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter.